Hi my friends, and welcome to the Art Social, the second episode this year. I'm very excited to explain to you guys what we will be doing today. First off, I want to say happy birthday to one of my viewers, and this episode right here is done because of you. Her name is Mia, and she is turning 5 today. She's over the moon excited for this, and she wanted to paint a donut. Simple, yes, but fun. So much fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun today. So please get your stuff ready, and we're gonna move on to see what we need, okay? We need a large canvas. I'm going to be using an 11 by 14 canvas, and I'm going to be using my 3 paintbrushes that I usually use, my large flat, my medium flat, and a small detailing brush. I'm also going to be using some painter's tape for this. You can use some masking tape, it's up to you, or you could just go freehand. That's perfectly fine. It's just going to be to make some stripes in the back of the donut, okay? So our colors, we're going to be talking about what kind of colors we're going to use in here. So for my background, I'm going to be doing aqua and white stripes in the back because I think that looks funky and cool, and it's going to look really good with the pink sprinkled donut that we're going to be making today. So I'm going to use some aqua, some white, some pink, red, and black. I'm also going to use a little bit of light brown. So if you have a dark brown and you already have some white, you can mix that together and you're going to have the perfect shade for the part of the donut. So the part that doesn't have any sprinkles on it or icing, the donut is usually like a light brown, right? Okay. So another thing that I want to mention before we go on to the birthday celebrations is that in my last episode, I mentioned that LQ Designs, a local company, a local business, has been flourishing, and I decided to work with her name is Cass, on making an apron for myself for the Art Social. So I'm wearing it today. And I did mention it in the last episode, but in case you didn't get to see it, this is my apron and this is the logo, The Art Social, with a beautiful paintbrush. And she worked really hard on doing this for me at the last second. She was amazing. The price was right. So if you want to take a look, it's LQ Designs on Facebook, and I promise you, this will not disappoint you. I promise. Okay, so if you're interested in an apron as well, you could just message her and go on there, and she'll be able to make something work out for you, okay? Even if you don't want an apron, you want a t-shirt, anything like that. Okay, so check it out, LQ Designs. All right, so I'm pretty sure you guys are really excited to move on to the actual painting. So how about we do this, okay guys? I will see you in the next clip.
All right, guys, so as you can see, I started with putting my painter's tape and dividing it into sections. I'm going to use my aqua, and I'm going to fill in all of the white parts. So at the beginning, you're going to see that I started by going every second white area. I decided to change my mind and do all of them. You'll notice in the next clip that I decided to do all in between. That is because when I removed the tape after doing this part, I noticed that the white parts were just too large for me and I wanted more aqua. So I went ahead and I colored in all in between the tape. So make sure that all that white ends up being colored in aqua. You don't need to use a very thick amount of paint here, because you're going to notice that you're going to have to let this dry before we move on and do the actual donut. So make sure that it's very light. Go over and over. Make sure you take that excess paint off. A little bit of paint goes a long way, guys. And here's where I decided to stop it, but then I decided to fill it all in. So now I have equal parts white, equal parts aqua, and I drew a big circle in the middle for my donut. I'm going to paint it white inside of that circle because if I were to go pink right over top of that blue aqua, I would have a hard time seeing the pink because the aqua blue would be coming through from the bottom. So just go in that white, go in that circle that you just drew. You can use a stencil, a bowl, a round plate, anything that's round. And you can paint it in white. It doesn't have to be a thick layer. You just need to go over top of that aqua that we used. So make sure that you go over top and you'll be able to see the pink over top much better. So just continue doing the white circle. You don't need to do a second coat of paint or anything. Very light is fine. If you see the blue in the background, that's perfectly fine. Just keep going over top with that white. Okay guys, now that I've let that white dry off a little bit, I'm going to go ahead with my pink. And I'm going to use a smaller brush so that I can just outline where my icing is going to be. So just remember that this donut is going to be standing the donut's going to be kind of looking sideways. So we're going to see some of the icing dripping off the sides like this. And the rest is going to be that brown for the underneath of the donut. I'm outlining where the icing is going to go. And then I'm going to fill it all in. So you see, if you would have done this pink over top of the aqua blue teal kind of color we've got going on in the background, it would have been a lot darker and harder to see. So that white is just giving you a base to be able to paint over top. All right, now just work and fill that in. Make sure, as you see what I'm doing here, I'm leaving a hole in my donut because I have a sprinkled donut that has a hole in the middle. And we're going to fill that part inside with some aqua blue for that stripe that's in the back. So we'll do that last in the painting. So just go ahead, make sure you don't color into that hole. I didn't make the hole completely round. I made it more like an oval, almost looks like a seed. But that's because the donut, like I said, is on an angle. It's not looking straight at you. It's on an angle. And our little guy is going to have some legs, some arms, and a little face because that's cute. And I think that cartoon donuts look adorable. So go ahead and continue filling in the rest of the donut. At this point, I decided to use a bigger brush because I was done with the outline. Just go ahead and fill her in. If you feel like you still see some of that blue in the background, just dip in the paint again and make it a little thicker. Just means you're going to have to wait a little bit longer for it to dry before we put the sprinkles on. Remember, keep that hole in the donut open. There you go. Now that it's all full and beautiful, we still got that hole in the middle. We're going to tackle the donut part, so the light brown. I took a smaller brush for this because it's a smaller area. Make sure that if your pink paint is still wet, don't put your hand in there. I always start by doing the outlining, and then I go ahead and fill it in, just like I did with the pink. Keep outlining and go on down and fill that in. As you can see, I added some sprinkles, but I lost the part of the video that actually showed me putting the sprinkles. So it's just a little piece, a little bit of red, and you just do little lines everywhere on the pink. So that's your sprinkles. This part here that I'm doing, I'm grabbing some black and I'm starting the eyeballs. So I'm doing just tiny little circle eyeballs. If you need to pause the video at this point and do those sprinkles, go ahead. I'm sorry once again. I did lose the part of the video that showed me painting the sprinkles. But good thing sprinkles are easy, just tiny little lines. And then you can unpause and go ahead and start doing the eyeballs. I'm adding cute little eyelashes to my eyeballs because my donut's a girl. Next, I'm doing just a very tiny little mouth. And the reason I'm making everything super tiny is because I find tiny on really big objects looks super, super cute. And I know that that's what you guys are looking for today, something cute. I'm going ahead and making his left arm. Very tiny arm. And now I'm going to go and do his right arm. And I'm going to start this one kind of inside of that brown and go on out. Make his little hand. And we're going to go on and make his legs. And I'm going to make I keep saying his legs, but it's a girl. So go on and make her legs. I'm making them bent a little bit. Looks like maybe she's dancing. Give her a little foot. I'm going to make another little bent leg right here. And I'm going to make another little foot. And there we have it. All right, so that part at the end where we decided we were going to put that aqua bluish teal in the background, in the circle of the donut, because in the back of the donut is that stripe, but it's kind of not showing right now. So we're going to go and match up with that line that you see there. So dip just a little bit, don't need lots of paint. I'm going to go ahead and fill that in, not completely because at the top it would be the white line. So I'm just going to leave a little bit of white at the top. Fill that in like that. And that's it. You guys did it.
Well, hello there. I really hope you had so much fun making this painting. Once again, happy birthday to the beautiful Mia turning 5 today. I hope you had so much fun painting your wonderful donut because you did not hesitate to let me know what you wanted to paint for the Art Social. All right, guys, have an amazing day. Have a great weekend. Be safe, and once again, stay creative. Bye, guys.